Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Gwent, and today we're going to play more the Seesaw seasonal event, which is an alternate game mode in which at the end of each player's turn, units on an odd amount of power will get damaged by 1, and units on an even amount of power will get boosted by 1. That means that with planning, we can get an additional source of boosting, or an additional source of damage. And you guys were asking for a new monsters deck, so here it is. Let's go give it a look. So today we'll be playing a Monsters Force of Nature deck that combines Thrive with some Relic synergies. Let's start by talking about Thrive, which is particularly powerful in this event, because if we play an even-powered Thrive unit at the end of our turn, we'll get boosted by 1. Then if we trigger that Thrive on our next turn, then those Thrive units will get bumped up to an even number again, meaning that Seesaw will boost them at the end of our turn again. So if we consistently boost our Thrive units every turn, then we can turn them into 2-point per turn engines. So that includes the Endrega Larva, followed by Nekker Warrior, although we might opt to skip this one, because usually this is not a very strong unit. It's just a way of immediately triggering that Endrega Larva Thrive, and getting all of our Thrive units on 4 power. Then the Alpha Werewolf, to get all those Thrive units up to 6 power, and then finish with other bigger units to continue to trigger that Thrive. The most important Thrive unit, however, is the Koschey, because if we have 4 or fewer cards in our hand when we trigger that Thrive, then we will spawn in an Endrega Larva, which means even more Thrive. So we'll also be using Caranthir to create a copy of that Koschey, and when we spawn it in, Caranthir will automatically trigger that Thrive once. So rather than being a 1-power Koschey that immediately gets damaged, instead it'll be a 2-power Koschey that gets boosted at the end of our turn by Seesaw. Then we will also have some relics, including the Selfeater, that can get boosted whenever we play an additional relic, and will also be able to split itself into additional copies of itself, giving us more units that get boosted whenever we play a relic. Then we'll play this card that I don't remember how to pronounce in between those Selfeaters, boosting the Selfeaters and boosting this card. Then we have a couple of teleportations that we can use to increase the base power of both that card and also the Selfeaters. Then we also have the Rat Catcheress, which will get boosted whenever we play another relic, and because it has high power, is also a good way of triggering Thrive. And then our last relic is Mammuna, which can consume one of our biggest units in our graveyard, and then summon another copy of it out from our deck. That means one of the best targets for this is the card that I don't know how to pronounce, and the other is a card that we'll talk a little bit more about later. So those are some of the big combos, but now I'll flip to the deck to show you what else we have. And Geralt, of course, will be very helpful to reset our opponent's biggest row. Ozzrel is great for consuming one of the biggest units in our graveyard, or potentially even our opponent's, as a way to trigger our Thrives. And between the Apiarian Phantom's built-in boost and the boost from Seesaw, it will become a 2-point per turn engine. Then the Griffin is the other card that we can look to consume using Mammuna. We don't have great options to destroy to make room for this. We do have one Death Wish unit that we'll see later on, but the unit that we destroy could end up being one of our smaller Selfeaters. Then Megascope works well on those Griffins because that means we summon them rather than playing them, so we don't need to destroy any of our units. And the Archespore is that Death Wish unit that we could potentially destroy using that Griffin. So there's a look at the deck, and like I said, it's a combination of Thrive and Relic synergies to help us put up a bunch of points. Once again, because I'm going to be out of town very soon, I'm not going to have time to add in commentary for the matches themselves. That's the only way I was going to be able to squeeze in this video, but we should have things back to usual next week. So with that being said, let's go see this deck in action. Sorry, bro. So there's a look at a Monsters Hybrid Thrive and Relic deck for the new Seesaw seasonal event. If you liked the video, then make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below to let me know which other cards, archetypes, and factions you'd like us to experiment with next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.